We're here in Sheffield today. We're doing some volunteer catchment walkovers with our partners, the River Stewardship Company and Sheffield Wildlife Trust.
So the River Stewardship Company, we're all about facilitating engagement with the local stretch of river for riverside businesses, local communities, members of the public, anyone who might have a sort of passing interest or stake in the river. We also work closely with local businesses, the Environment Agency, landowners, local authorities to provide a contracting commercial service for looking after their own bit of land. So we do things like invasive species control, tree works, planting. Wherever possible, we try to use local volunteers and local businesses in actually completing this work.
A catchment walkover at its most basic is simply walking along a stretch of river and looking at various pollution sources along the length and categorising them and identifying the details. Previously, the environment officers may have walked these stretches, but these days there's a variety of different tasks that they have to do and they just don't have the time. This allows us to use volunteers, so they've got an opportunity to go out, but they're also feeding vital information back to us that ultimately we can help to improve the health of the rivers and see improvements in the Water Framework Directive. This kind of work is really useful for us. It's an opportunity to allow us to engage with volunteers, and as well as educating them about water quality, water issues, healthier rivers, it also allows us to get involved and explain a little bit to them about the kind of things that we do as an organisation.
As a volunteer, I think this is really important. It's improving my skills and I can learn how to look for pollution and the modifications as well. And it's like doing something separate on our own as well and seeing that we can do it.
I was born and bred down at a cliff, so the canal and the River Don were quite familiar to me. It's very important to preserve the rivers that we have today and the canals, so that generations, my children, my grandchildren can enjoy them.
If we can actually put the time and investment into training volunteers up, we've potentially got people that live and work in those communities who become our eyes and ears, and they can work for years into the future and notify us of any changes on their patch. It's giving them empowerment to know about their local environment and also enabling us to find out what those changes might be as time goes by.